brand new episode of Mighty Mac Week in Review. My name's Dave Molinaro. Britt Merkel's on the bus on the way to Wesley for a doubleheader softball games. So we're joined by our guest host. You've heard her name on Immaculata women's basketball team before, Meg Gallagher.
Thanks for having me, Dave. It's a pleasure to be here.
We're happy to have you. So unfortunately, because of unplayable field conditions, Mother Nature, baseball and softball did not have any games. But this upcoming week, baseball has 5 games, softball has 6 games, so keep an eye out for them.
The weather, though, hasn't slowed down for the men's and women's lacrosse team. The women's team opened CSAC play last Wednesday by hosting Notre Dame. Let's take a look. In the first half, the Mighty Macs started off great by scoring the first 10 goals of the game. On this play, Kelly Lapp dives towards the net and takes a pass from Shannon Neal to make it 4-0 IU. Lapp would become the 6th player in program history to reach the 100th goal mark for her career. Holding a 6-0 lead, defenseman Sam Bombetti takes advantage of an offensive opportunity as she converts the free position opportunity to make it 7-0 IU. They would hold a 10-1 lead at the break. In the second half, Lapp is back at it, scoring her team-high 5th goal of the night to make it 11-2 early in the second half. For her efforts, Lapp was named to the CSAC Weekly Honor Roll for the second time this season. Allison Jakovic finished off the scoring for IU with 4 goals of her own, including becoming the 7th player in school history to score her 100th goal, joining teammates Daniel Lopez and Kelly Lapp. The Macs would close out the 17-2 victory over the Gators. The Macs then traveled to Newman on Monday, but couldn't hold on with a late run by the Knights to cause a 15-10 loss. The Macs will travel to Gwinnett before hosting Rosemont on Saturday.
On to men's lacrosse, they suffered a 17-11 loss at Bernathen, but looked to bounce back in a thriller against Mount St. Vincent. Let's take a look at those highlights. The freshman Tyler Black gets the scoring starter for the Mighty Macs as he takes one from the other freshman Mike Reardon, one of his 5 assists on the day, and fires it past the keeper to give the Mighty Macs the 1-0 early lead in the first quarter. Moving on later in the first quarter, Black gets an assist here himself as he feeds Doug Hughes coming from behind the net, who beats the keeper low, but the Macs would trail 5-3 at the end of the first quarter. We'll skip the third quarter, not too important. On to the fourth quarter, game tied 9-9. Sam Zingaro finds our Mighty Mac of the week, Mike Reardon on the left wing, who fires this shot and finds the back of the net to give the Mighty Macs the 10-9 lead. The Mighty Macs show some great ball movement here as Reardon finds Brendan Doyle, who extends Immaculata's lead 12-10, but the Dolphins would score 2 goals in the final 3 minutes to send the game into overtime. Intensity was rising in Draper Wall Stadium after no team scored in the first overtime, so we're on to the second overtime. Mike Reardon gets the ball, connects it with Doyle, who takes the shot, falling to the ground, and scores the game winner, gets the Mighty Macs their first win of the season in the double overtime thriller. We're here today by the freshman midfielder on Immaculata men's lacrosse, Brendan Doyle. Brendan, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So just yesterday, Immaculata won their first game of the season. It was an exciting double overtime thriller. You scored the final goal. Can you tell us about the game and especially that last play?
Throughout the game, it was a dogfight going back and forth. I think there was 4 lead changes throughout the whole game. We just kept stucking with it, even though at one point we were down 5-1. I think we just kept with it, played our hardest, and just came out with the win.
Mm-hmm. And then that final play where you scored?
We were just in our offense, and everyone was just like, I think we were just eager to get that first win. So everyone was just moving off the ball fast, and Mike Reardon, he probably should get all the credit. He had like an awesome look for me. Right on the crease, I was wide open. Just got to finish it.
Mm-hmm. And that was the first win of the season under new coach Hugh Donovan. What was his post-game message to the team?
He was excited. We were all pretty excited after that, but it was good to just kind of get that first win out of the way, and just, now that we got that first win, we can just keep it rolling from there.
Mm-hmm. And looking ahead, what are some of the things the team still needs to work on, especially going into conference play soon?
I think just we've been going over the basics a lot. I think it's just keep it rolling, just keep working hard every day in practice, and just keeping it rolling.
All right, Brendan, thanks for coming on, the hero of this weekend's game.
Thank you for having me.
The men's lacrosse team is going to start conference play this week, starting off with 2 big road games at Gwinnett Mercy and at Marywood. Good luck to the team.
The men's golf team and the men's tennis team both got their spring season started this past week. Let's take a look how they did. The men's tennis team lost their first 2 matches but bounced back with an 8-1 victory over Bernathen on Monday. Mark Huber and Steve Smith are 2-1 in doubles early on. The team will play 3 conference matches this week.
With the golf team looking fresh in those baby blue polos, they went to the Revolutionary Classic over the weekend and finished 5th place out of 11 teams. Aaron Harper finished for a tie for 8th place, firing an 81. The team will host the Immaculata Invitational on Monday at Hershey's Mill Golf Club.
The track team had their outdoor opener canceled due to the nasty weather, but they will compete in the Danny Kern Invitational this weekend.
Congratulations to Gabe Dwyer on winning last week's trivia contest giveaway. Make sure you keep an eye out on your emails for this week's questions for a chance to win a prize. That looks like it's going to be all for this week's episode of Mighty Mac Week in Review. Meg, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
You're allowed back anytime. We love it. My name's Dave Molinaro.
I'm Meg Gallagher.
And go Max.